Hey there, Holly. It was so great to get the chance to talk to you today.
Oh, hey Renee. Don't mention it.
Oh, and I just wanted to say I am super sorry to drop in on you unannounced like that.
Yeah, well, it happens. Life likes to throw curveballs every now and again. If you could give me a bit more notice next time you wanted to drop by, then maybe I can have my hair finished drying by the time you get here.
Gotcha. I'll be more careful from now on. Hey, by the way, there's something else I wanted to ask you. When I went to use your bathroom, the door to your back room was open, and I couldn't help but take a peek inside.
Wait, didn't I have that door locked?
Nope, it was open. But anyway, when I looked inside, I saw a gorgeous white dress. So, tell me, girlfriend, is that a wedding dress?
Yeah, actually it is.
Oh my god, then that means you have some big news to tell me, right?
Well, no, actually. I hate to disappoint you, but that's a dress I'm making, not one for me.
Aw, really? That reminds me. Every once in a while, I see you leave your apartment and you are totally dressed to kill. But it's always kind of at random times, so it doesn't seem like you're going into work or anything.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were spying on me or something.
Please, girl. I have way better things to do than to spy on you. We live in the same apartment building. I'm gonna see you from time to time. But yeah, I think I remember hearing a while back that you were doing some kind of remote work. Oh, I get it. You have been hiding something from me.
I have?
You have got yourself a secret boyfriend, don't you? Why didn't you tell me about him? What's he like?
No, that's not it at all. I definitely do not have a secret boyfriend. Most of the time, if I'm heading out of my apartment during the day, it's because I've finished a dress and I'm on my way to deliver it. In my line of work, there's a lot of personalization, so I meet directly with the person who ordered the dress pretty often. And a lot of my clients are upper-class people, so, I can't exactly go and knock on the door of a luxurious mansion wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So lately I've been thinking, don't single mothers have it really rough out there? Like, it seems like they're all busy all the time, right?
Wow, that was quite an abrupt change in the conversation.
You know me, Holly. I say what I think, for better or for worse.
For better or for worse, indeed. But yeah, I would definitely say I agree with you. Unless they're lucky enough to have a super involved ex-husband, they've basically got to do the jobs of both a mother and a father by themselves.
For real. They have to work, do the housework, and take care of the kids. Something's got to give there, right?
Yeah, it sure can be hard to strike a healthy work-life balance as a single mom. Hey, if you don't mind, I kind of need to be going right now. I've got a meeting with a client coming up, so I got to get ready for that.
Oh, sure, your client, huh? Are you wearing a little something special for this client? Maybe something lacy and revealing?
What makes you think I'm so popular with guys anyway? No, Renee, I am not going to see my boyfriend. Because I don't have a boyfriend. Honest. Okay, I gotta run then. Talk to you later, Renee.
Talk to you later, sweetie. If you're not too tired, tell me how it went. I'd love to hear every little.
Did something happen? Are you all right?
Don't you play dumb with me. I just saw you walking into a wedding planner's office. And who was it who walked in right alongside you? None other than the hottest man on our floor and, in fact, in the entire building, Mark.
Oh, that? Well, yeah, that's right. I was there for work and we just so happened to arrive at the front door at exactly the same time. Crazy coincidence, huh?
Coincidence my ass. You're a dirty, rotten liar.
What?
You don't deserve him. I do. I don't care if you live on the same floor as him. I wouldn't even care if he was your next door neighbor. That does not give you the right to put your filthy hands on my man.
Renee, what are you talking about?
I know what you're thinking. You thought that you would have him all to yourself just because he's a single father, right? No woman would want a guy with kids like him, but you thought wrong. I'm not going to let you get away with this.
please calm down for 1 second. It's all very simple. I'm at this wedding planner's office to meet with a client regarding a request I'm working on. It was pure coincidence that we got there at the same time, I'm telling you. And besides, he's engaged to be married, and I understand the wedding is pretty soon.
What? Did you just say Mark is getting married?
Well, yeah, he is.
Oh my God, it all makes sense now. You really are a piece of work to lie to me like this, Holly. That's why there was a wedding dress in your apartment.
I know what you're thinking, but you've got it all wrong. That dress has nothing to do with Mark, his fiancé, or his wedding.
You're gonna have to do better than that to fool me. I am not that stupid. I'll hand it to you. You gave me a pretty convincing story earlier about making it for someone else. But now the truth is out. That was your dress.
Please, you have to believe me. It's not mine, I swear. I am making that wedding dress for a client. I can show you some of the documents with notes from our meetings if that would convince you.
There is nothing that you could say or do that could convince me. I already know that you're a liar, Holly. You could just as easily write up some fake notes and pass them off as being from your fake client. Don't you think you've heard the last from me about this, Holly? I will not allow you to marry Mark.
It's not your call to make, or mine even. Mark can choose whoever he wants to marry. And once again, it's not me.
Shut up, liar. I should have known I couldn't trust you. Poor people like you lie like you breathe.
Did you just call me poor?
Yeah, duh. The only reason a mother would have to work is if the family was so dirt poor that they'd starve if she didn't. And that's why you're working now, right? You're having trouble making your rent payments?
No, I've wanted to be a wedding dress designer ever since I was a little girl. It was like a dream come true when I got my first job at a bridal shop, and I've worked my way up to where now people will come to me personally and ask me to design their wedding dress for them. My husband knows all about how much I love my career, and he's fully supportive of me keeping it up even now that we're married and have children.
Oh, wait just 1 second. Did you just say husband? Oh my God, Holly.
Okay, Renee, I am getting really concerned about you now. Are you okay? Is there anyone else with you that you can talk to? I wish you could just take a second and calm down. You've got the totally wrong impression about a lot of things right now.
I know exactly what's going on. I will not allow your wedding to happen. I am putting a stop to it right here, right now.
Renee, please, you need to calm down. Go take a hot bath, drink some herbal tea, do something. Then come back and talk to me, okay? I know that if you'll give me a chance, you'll understand everything.
Screw you, Holly. Mark is mine. Do you understand me? Mine.
seamstresses to start up my very own dress design company.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Adriana, are you there? This is your old friend Abigail. Long time no see.
Huh? Abigail? I guess I forgot to block your number, so I'll go ahead and do that now. Bye-bye.
Now, hold your horses there, Adriana. Are you actually still upset at me for everything that happened 8 years ago? And on an even more serious note, do you still have things going on with your ex-boyfriend that I stole from you back then? Gross! That guy was from all the way back in high school, Adriana. But I guess those were the best years of your life, huh? It's sad to think about, really.
That's not it at all. I'm just upset still by the fact that you stole my ex-boyfriend back in the day, but neither of you told me until senior year, and then when I found out, he left me for you. So why would I have any interest in that guy after what you both did to me?
Oh, right. Well, whatever then, I guess. And anyway, right now what I've come to talk about has nothing to do with that drama.
And what's that?
I heard that you're married now.
And what about that?
Well, it just so happens that something went on at the class reunion from half a year ago.
And? How does the class reunion have anything to do with the fact that I'm married?
Your husband came to that class reunion.
Really?
Well, at the time, I had heard that the two of you were married while he was there, and I just wanted to let you know that I might have to steal another man from you. And at the time, I wasn't able to find you anywhere at the reunion to tell you. But I guess it's already too late, because everything went exactly as I said.
So that class reunion and me being married, what do they have to do with one another?
So I'm saying your husband is now my man to keep.
No. Because my husband has never gone to any class reunions. And even if he did, he wasn't even in the same class as us, so he would have never been invited to the event in the first place.
Wait, are you starting to freak out already? I'm sure realizing that I have now stolen 2 men from you in your lifetime is a pretty hard fact to swallow, but come on, you shouldn't lie to me about where he's been.
I'm not lying, though.
All right. Then I guess I'll get all my facts straight and show you that you're lying. I know that at the event I took your 7 figures a year man and brought him back home with me for the night. So I really am sorry for stealing your man again.
A salary of 7 figures?
I'd really like it if you guys would hurry up and get divorced, please and thank you.
I'm still confused by who you're talking about right now.
All right, I've already told you everything. Brianna, this is the gal that is having a very romantic relationship with your husband, Abigail.
What?
I can't believe how amazing a man your husband really is. It's already awesome having his income of 7 figures, but the way our love matches each other so well, it must mean that we've been destined to be with each other forever. So I think it's about time for you to divorce him and leave him for me.
That's why I said this before. My husband was not in the same class as us. Whoever you're talking about right now has nothing to do with me, and is for sure not my husband. Who even is the guy you're on about?
You already know his name, so I'm not going to go through the trouble of saying it for you.
Well, if you don't tell me who he is, then this conversation is going to go nowhere.
Well, if I have to. His name is James. James!
James? I don't really know who that is. Well, I guess there was one guy named James in our class, but to be honest, I can't even remember what his face looked like.
Oh? Are you going to try and act dumb for me now? There's no way a wife would ever be forgetting her husband's name like that.
Well, that's why I'm saying that I don't know who that guy is, Abigail. My husband does not have that name, okay?
Fine, then why don't you tell me your husband's name then?
Well, even if I tell you, you won't know who he is.
Ah, so you're too afraid to tell me. So in other words, your husband is James.
Fine, I'll tell you. My husband's name is Leo.
Leo? Really? Leo?
Yeah, that's my husband's name. And I'm sure you don't know who he is, right?
Hold on, Adriana. I think I see what you're doing here.
And what do you think I'm trying?
I get it. I'll play along and believe you. Man, this is so crazy after all.
Abigail?
Well, if you're just going to keep playing dumb and lying to me, I'll have to change my tactics and find a different way to get him out. Saying this, but your husband is all mine. I know that last time I asked you for your husband's name, right? And I know that I didn't make any mistakes about who he really is. Well, it did take me a little time to do my research, but I even found out that he will be making $1.2 million this year. So you really must be pretty afraid of letting go of him now, huh?
A salary of $1.2 million next year? I'm still a little lost on who you're talking about this time. James?
Really? Well, because you told me the name of your husband, I actually left that James guy and came after Leo instead.
No, my husband does not make that kind of money in a year.
Wait, are you saying he makes even more than that? Awesome, that's even better for me.
That's not really what I meant by that.
James was a great guy and all, but his older brother Leon bringing in so much money makes him way better.
Leon?
I made sure to change my target to him so that I'd be stealing your husband.
Well, Abigail, that guy is also not my husband.
Excuse me?
Well, my husband is from Italy, and he has no brothers, and his name is just Leo.
What?
So I think you misheard me or something and took that for Leon. I guess I should have been a bit more forward that his name was just Leo and it wasn't just a nickname.
Wait, huh?
And because of the way you've been mistaking these men for my husband, I had asked a high school friend about all of this. That James guy's wife is actually Adrian, and yes, she was going to the same high school as us, but she didn't come there until junior year and wasn't even in our class either.
What? Adrian?
She just moved back to her hometown 4 years ago and then 2 years later married James.
What?
I'm sure that you'd been confused by that too, and so I have to ask, did you really mishear her name and think that you were looking for Adriana instead of Adrian? Because it's a stretch, but I can see how you got confused by our names. This was all based off of what my friend told me, but what do you think? Seems that things are starting to all come together now, huh?
Well, when I heard that James's wife's name started with an A, I thought it was you again.
I see. Well, I know that you didn't ask for me to tell you any of this, but just to be sure, my husband is actually from Italy and has been living in America for a while now. So that's why I was saying there's no way he'd have been invited to a class reunion here in the States. And there would definitely be no way that he'd know who you are and you him.
Well, that doesn't matter. I'll start going after Leo for real now.
What?
Up until now, I've been holding back all this time, and it seems everyone has been making me feel stupid. And after stealing your ex-boyfriend back in the day, I have had the drive to come back and steal more from you. If I can't get your husband as my own, then I'll never be satisfied.
Are you a frickin' idiot, Abigail?
What?
Have you ever heard of the words court and settlement?
What? Why are you bringing that all up?
Well, the 2 guys that you've been messing with, James and Leon, well, both of them have wives right now.
And so what? I don't care. It's not my fault that I'm the most sexy and amazing girl around that is able to get any guy she wants to like her and sleep with her.
But that has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
What?
Even if you are able to get either Leon or James to be with you, doesn't change the fact that you go around stealing different men from their wives, but you are the worst of the worst when it comes to women. I mean, you even just bragged about sleeping around with different men that you stole away from their own family.
And?
Well, I'm just saying that you are worse than a woman, even worse than most witches and crap.
What are you getting at?
I think you're in the position to receive a whole lot of complaints from a whole lot of women, and soon to follow a whole lot of settlements that you'll have to pay up. Listen, what you've been doing recently has been a whole lot of really bad crap. And what's even worse is both of those men were mistakes while you were trying to find my husband. You really are a dunce, Abigail. That's really all you are.
What's this all about? You're just pissed because the girl that stole your man years ago is back for more and you can't stop her.
I told you before that I'm not upset about you having the ability to take other people's partners, especially over the stuff that happened then. I'm more just troubled by the fact that you think this is all okay, and that now you're going after married couples like that's the same as just stealing an unmarried couple's man.
You need to shut up a little. All this talk about me being in the wrong is really going to rile me up.
Are you serious? I just told you all of these things, and yet you still don't see how deep of a hole you dug yourself?
Me? I'm in no hole.
You literally just had an affair with 2 married men. If their wives find out, you will be screwed by a lot of settlements. You have to understand that that's not a good thing, right?
Oh, I see. Well, those 2 wealthy men will already be there, ready to pay for whatever I owe.
No, I don't think so. I think that those 2 have already lost their jobs and the money they said they'd be making.
Huh? They were fired?
Well, I heard that both Leon and James were working for Adrian's father's company, but he will find out about the 2 of them cheating with you, so...
He will?
Yeah, well, he already has, actually. I told you that I'd be telling all of them about this, didn't I? Well, I told both of their wives just a second ago while we've been texting.
You're kidding.
And we even talked about how the 2 of them were about to open their own businesses linked to the company their dad owns. But since you were so focused on trying to steal my husband, you didn't stop to think about the harm that all of your stupid games caused for everyone.
Stupid games?
I guess it was also those husbands' faults as well for going out with you, so maybe this was all just a little too unstable to begin with, their relationships. But maybe they'll come to marry you after having lost everything. But that would mean that you'd have to choose between one or the other.
Right now, I'm coming over to your house.
Huh? Right now?
You told me that your husband Leo is a foreigner, right? That'll be even better than either of those 2 jobless losers. So I'm coming over to your place right now to steal that man of yours. So tell me your address.
Do you need to go see a doctor or something? I swear there is something seriously wrong with your brain right now.
What?
Well, even if you did have my address somehow, I'm not even in America at the moment. About a year ago, Leo had finished his business agreement working for a company over here in the US, but since that ended, we both moved back over to his hometown in Italy.
Italy?
And so now that you'll be all caught up in the court system trying to pay off all those soon-to-be-made settlements, I doubt you'll have the time or money to make your way over here.
How much will those settlements be, you think?
Well, at least over 100,000 total, and that's if they go easy on you.
$100,000?
Did you seriously not think about how much people can ask for when going against the person that ruined their relationships?
I just thought 300 to 400 or so.
Man, you were way off, huh? Well, this is what you asked for by going after 2 brothers that worked together under the company of their wife's father.
But then they shouldn't need this kind of money from me, and I don't have nearly enough.
Well, that's not going to be my problem now, is it? And to think, you were so confident in your skills of being able to steal other women's husbands that this simple punishment for those crimes went right over your head. But soon you'll understand just how many people you hurt and what has been coming for. She once bragged to me about taking my husband, laughing like it was all a game. but looking at where she ended up, it's clear that the only person she destroyed was herself. As for those two brothers, they paid the price too. They lost their jobs, their families, and their dignity. Their parents must be furious knowing both their sons got played by a woman like her. I doubt they'll ever recover from this mess. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Tyson, long time no see. It's Brenda. Hey Tyson. Hey, answer me already.
I must have forgotten to block you. Oh well, bye now.
Wait a second. Blocking me right after all that is so strange. Don't do that.
Well, to be honest, blocking you in the first place was the right thing to do. You know, back when you cheated on me, I was mentally destroyed. I just couldn't bring myself to block you, but I did it now. Goodbye.
Are you really okay with this? Blocking me like that? You'll regret it. I promise you will.
Regret? Are you seriously trying to manipulate me into feeling guilty here?
I remember you saying that you hate regrets. That's why you should listen to me. You'll regret it if you don't.
Well, if you insist so much, I guess I'll listen. But honestly, having any kind of interaction with you just makes me sick to my stomach.
Does that mean you're so happy that it's making you sick?
I don't get what you're saying. Just hurry up and get to the point already.
So, I checked out your social media.
My social media? I started it just 6 months ago. There's no way you'd have known about it. Especially after our divorce 3 years ago.
But you know what? I'm pretty good at finding things out. I can find anything I want to.
And what does that have to do with anything?
Well, I saw that you announced your wedding the other day.
Yeah, I did.
You wrote that the wedding was going to be on the second Saturday of the month, right?
Yeah, that's right, so?
So, when do I get to come over?
Ah!
Huh? What do you mean by huh? The wedding is in just 5 months, right? In that time, you need to finalize the guest list, send out invitations, pick out the wedding dress and the reception dress, too. I want to see the venue with my own eyes, of course.
What are you talking about?
Oh, and by the way, you never proposed, did you? Even though it's a second wedding, I think it's only right for you to propose to me properly again.
I don't know what you're on about. The wedding preparations are already well underway. There's nothing I need you to do, so just stop.
What? The bride is the star of the wedding. Even if it's a second wedding, I still want to be involved in the preparations.
What are you saying? Why would my ex-wife, someone I divorced, be involved in my wedding preparations?
Why wouldn't I be involved? It's our wedding after all. As the bride, of course, I get to have my say.
Huh?
Actually, the way you're saying it sounds weird. I'm the one who's directly involved here, so why do you treat me like an outsider? It's kind of annoying.
You're completely an outsider, though.
What?
I'm getting married to someone who isn't you.
Huh? Really? Well. It's only been 3 years since we divorced, right? You honestly think someone like you, an ex-husband in his 30s, could have a new relationship? Don't make me laugh.
Well, actually, I do have someone. I'm getting married to them. And by the way, remember, you were the one who cheated and caused our divorce. It's a bit hard to believe that I'd ever remarry someone like you, don't you think?
Oh, I see. So this is some sort of test, right? You're testing my love for you?
What?
But you know, that's not okay. It's a woman's privilege to test a man's love. A man doing that to a woman is absolutely unacceptable. I suppose this just shows that you still have feelings for me, though.
What the hell are you talking about?
You've been trying to show off on social media, posting about your wedding and waiting for me to find it. How cute. You were hoping I'd see it, right? It was so obvious I couldn't help but giggle a little. Because of that, I'll let this slide just this once.
No, really, what are you talking about?
But in exchange, you need to prove your love for me with $50,000.
Where the hell did that number come from?
It's a brilliant idea. It'll be a clear sign of your love for me, don't you think?
Look, before proving anything, I've told you I don't want to get back together with you. Why don't you get it?
And I'm telling you, testing love and pretending to be affectionate, that's something a man shouldn't do. That's your problem, not mine.
Really, I've had enough of this. I don't want to get back together with you, and I just want to focus on my wedding preparations without dealing with your nonsense. You're the one making this all complicated. I'm just trying to speak my mind here, and you're making it harder than it has to be.
You're the one complicating things. All you had to do was say, I'm preparing to get back together with you, and we could have settled this easily.
My actual bride is not you!
Well, if $50,000 can prove my love to you, then that's pretty cheap when you think about the future, right?
I'm never going to have a future with you, so just drop it!
It's weird you weren't replying, but you blocked me, didn't you?
Wait, no way. Brenda! Did you seriously go out of your way to make a new account just to contact me?
That's right. Honestly, I can't believe you. We're supposed to be getting back together, and this is how you treat me? I already told you, men shouldn't be the ones testing a woman's love. If I weren't so generous, I'd be completely done with you by now.
For the last time, I'm getting married to someone else! How many times do I have to say it before it sinks into that delusional head of yours? Seriously, is there something wrong with you? Just leave me alone already!
So what about the $50,000?
What?
The $50,000 you're supposed to give me to prove your love. You did say you'd prepare it, didn't you?
No, you were the only one talking about that. I never agreed to anything.
Don't tell me you didn't prepare it.
Of course I didn't!
Unbelievable. The wedding is only 2 weeks away, you know. I haven't even tried on my wedding dress yet. I don't even know where the ceremony is going to be. If you keep dragging your feet like this, there won't even be a bride at your wedding. Are you trying to turn our big day into a disaster?
There isn't a problem as long as you stay out of it. I'm marrying someone else. You have nothing to do with it.
Oh, there you go again.
No, that's my line.
I get it now. You want me to prove my love for you. Fine, I'll do it. But on one condition. On the day of the wedding, you need to have $50,000 in cash ready for me. That's the price of proving your love. No matter what, I will make it to you on that day.
You don't need to make it to me.
You lied to me!
What?
I just got to the wedding venue, but guess what? There's no reservation under your name, no wedding happening here at all. So what the hell is going on?
The wedding is happening just fine.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what I said.
Then where are you?
At the YouTube Hotel wedding venue.
What? So am I.
Oh yeah? Which one?
What do you mean, which one? There's only one in the city.
You sure about that?
Of course, it's the YouTube Hotel. I had to dig through a ton of people just to get this information, you know.
Ha! Well, you might want to check again.
What the hell does that mean?
You really didn't know, huh? YouTube Hotel isn't just one place, it's a whole chain. There are locations all over the country. Hell, they've even expanded overseas.
No.
Yeah, and as it happens, I am at a YouTube Hotel.
Wait.
Except mine's in Japan.
Japan?
Yup.
That's a joke, right?
Not at all. I got transferred here a year ago. Hell, I even posted about it on SNS.
No.
Honestly, I was half expecting you to track me down sooner. Had a whole escape plan in place just in case. But looking at this disaster, I guess I overestimated you.
You're lying.
Am I?
Japan where?
Oh, now you want to know, like I'd tell you. And before you get any bright ideas, don't bother looking up hotel locations. Not that it'd help you anyway. I just got another transfer order. Next week, I'll be moving to an entirely different country.
No.
Yeah.
Tyson?
Enough already. This is the end of the line.
Wait! At least give me the $50,000.
Excuse me?
You promised me $50,000.
The hell I did?
Yes, you did.
Nope. You brought it up all on your own and I never agreed to a damn thing.
Then why didn't you deny it earlier?
I didn't think I had to. But now that we're on the subject, that $50,000 wouldn't happen to be the amount of debt you're drowning in, would it?
Oh.
Oh, so that's what this was about.
How do you know that?
You just told me.
What?
I was guessing, Brenda, throwing it out there to see how you'd react, and you just gave me the answer. Wow. So all of this, all that delusional crap about us getting back together wasn't because you missed me, wasn't because you loved me, you just wanted a payout.
It's not like that.
The hell it isn't! You seriously thought you could just waltz back into my life, act like nothing happened, and I'd just pay off your debt like some dumbass?
That's not...
You cheated on me, we divorced, I moved on, and you want to know the best part?
What?
The woman I married, she's not even American. She's a foreigner, someone I met after I came here.
You're lying.
Nope.
You're lying.
Nah.
You're just saying that to hurt me.
Oh, believe whatever you want. It's not like your opinion matters.
No, this isn't real.
It is. And you know what? I'm done talking.
No, wait.
Don't contact me again.
Please, I don't have anywhere to go.
Not my problem.
I canceled my lease, Tyson. I was planning to move in with you after the wedding.
That's your own damn fault.
I can't go back home either.
Oh, yeah, right. 3 years ago when you got caught cheating, your parents lost their damn minds and basically disowned you. You've been dodging them ever since, huh?
If you know that, then help me. Please. If they find me now, I am done for.
Not my problem.
Tyson,
Nope.
please, don't do this to me.
First of all, it seems that the debt of $50,000 was the result of her lavish spending on a host. She had been pouring money into the host's world, perhaps in some misguided attempt to find validation or fill a void. At the time, I was unaware of the extent of her financial troubles, but apparently she had been spending recklessly, chasing after an illusion of love or companionship. And then, in a rather ironic twist of fate, she saw my wedding announcement on social media. From there, things spiraled. It wasn't just about me getting married, but about what she heard from mutual acquaintances. She found out I was doing well in my career, and in fact, I was considering remarriage. To her, it was clear this was the perfect opportunity to revive something long past. She interpreted my potential remarriage as a sign that I wanted to get back together with her. It wasn't just a simple misunderstanding, it was a complete misinterpretation of everything. She took my possible future, my progress, and, in her mind, turned it into a distorted fantasy. In her eyes, my success in life meant that I was somehow obligated to fix everything between us. This wasn't just about love or regret, it was about some sort of entitlement that she had built up over the years, an expectation that I should undo everything that had gone wrong, that I should come back and take responsibility for the mess we had made together. She somehow convinced herself that if I was now in a position of higher status with a more lucrative future ahead of me, I would naturally be willing to pay the $50,000 she owed, almost as if it were an unwritten rule. The logic was baffling, to say the least. She saw my success as a means to fix her debt, which was, in her mind, an inevitable consequence of the supposed rekindling of our relationship. In her warped thinking, the path to reconciliation would involve me taking on the role of the savior, as if I owed her not just financial support, but also emotional restoration. She thought that, in her mind, she had been wronged by my move on, by my progress, and in order to set things right, I should offer her not only my forgiveness, but also an unrealistic financial bailout. This line of reasoning led her to some seriously irrational decisions, one of which was the extreme act of demanding money from me, convinced that I would be more than willing to pay it, in the hope of winning back her affection or rebuilding some semblance of our past life. It was astonishing, to say the least, to hear of how far her thinking had strayed from reality, but given her history, I shouldn't have been too surprised. She had a tendency to create elaborate scenarios in her head, only to chase them down relentlessly, no matter how unrealistic or destructive they might be. It was almost as if, in her mind, the idea of us rekindling something would somehow make everything right again. She seemed to think that money, particularly the $50,000, would be the key to resolving all of her problems, a quick fix for everything. I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of disbelief at her actions. Here I was moving forward with my life, and she was still stuck in this cycle of denial, making decisions based on nothing but her fantasies. As for me, I was fortunately overseas at the time due to work. I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief knowing that I wasn't there when all of this was unfolding. Had I been back in the country, I'm sure I would have been dragged into the chaos, pulled into a situation I had no desire to be a part of. Being away was a blessing in disguise. It allowed me to put distance between myself and all the mess she was creating, to have some space to think clearly and remove myself from her manipulative grasp. Eventually, though, it all caught up with her. She couldn't keep running from the consequences of her actions forever. My ex-wife's parents, who had long been aware of the trouble she was in, finally caught up with her. No matter how hard she fought against it, she couldn't escape the reality of her situation. They, perhaps out of a sense of obligation or concern, managed to get her to face the financial mess she had created. But there was no sympathy to be had. Her parents placed her in a job she had always despised, one that she had vehemently rejected in the past, the very type of work she had always resented. They didn't care about her preferences anymore. They didn't care about her happiness. What mattered was that she pay back the money she had wasted, and she would do so by any means necessary. The work was grueling and thankless. She was reduced to a mere cog in the system, forced to labor like a workhorse with little regard for her well-being or dignity. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey there, Avery. Oh, Margot. Good evening. It's been a while, huh? Yeah, it has. Oh, by the way, I noticed that your mom has been picking up your child from kindergarten these past few days. I also heard that your husband was in a car accident and got hospitalized. Is that why? Yeah, pretty much. He got into an accident while he was away on a business trip, so he's actually pretty far from home. Oh, I see. So that's why you've been going to visit him in the hospital? Exactly. My mother-in-law is going to take over in a few days, but until then, I've had to leave the kids with my mom. That sounds really tough. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know, okay? Thanks, Avery. I appreciate it. Anyway, I should check in on my husband now. I'll see you later. Wow, you're really hyped up. What's going on? Okay, so I was just messaging Avery a little while ago. Huh? Avery? Yeah, you know. I mentioned how my husband got into that accident and had to be hospitalized, right? Oh, yeah, I remember. Well, guess what? My mother-in-law, who adores my son, immediately panicked when she heard that I was the one taking care of him. She was all, "I'll do it. I'll take care of my grandson." Like she couldn't stand the thought of me being first in line. So she rushed over to my husband's hospital, all eager to play the doting grandma. And you bet I took full advantage of that. Now I am currently on a trip with Avery's husband, Daniel. Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, I haven't told you the full story yet, have I? Well, here's the juicy part. My boyfriend is actually my mommy friend Avery's husband. Yep, his name is Daniel, and let me tell you, he is exactly my type. Like the moment I saw him, I knew I had to have him. So a year ago, I made it happen. Oh, wow. And now, the universe just handed me the perfect opportunity. Daniel had to go on a business trip, and my husband's accident just so happened to overlap with it. Lucky me, right? So I told everyone I need to go take care of my husband in the hospital, but really, I hopped on a plane with Daniel instead. Huh? But here's the best part. I decided to test the waters a bit, so I sent Avery a little probing message. I told her I'm at my husband's hospital taking care of him, and you won't believe her response. She said, "If there's anything I can do to help, let me know." She has no idea. Her precious husband is off with me, and she doesn't even suspect a thing. And guess what? My husband is also completely clueless. Seriously? Oh yeah, I just got a message from him too. I feel awful that I messed up and now you have to handle everything alone. I'm really sorry. Meanwhile, I was literally reading that message while snuggled up in bed with another man. Isn't that just the funniest thing? You really think so? Of course, it's just too perfect. Everything is going so smoothly, I almost feel scared. Almost. Well, you certainly sound like you're enjoying yourself. Oh, totally. The thrill is absolutely addicting. And you know what? Daniel's supposed to fly home today. Wait, today? Mm-hmm. But he told Avery that he'd be gone for another 2 days. So now we get 2 whole days of uninterrupted, no strings attached, total freedom. No prying eyes, no interruptions, just us. You seem pretty confident, but are you sure this won't blow up in your face? What? Of course I'll be careful, but I'm not some amateur. Besides, you should worry about yourself. Don't let your affair with my mom wasn't a typical household. It was almost as if they were living entirely separate lives while sharing the same space. From what the neighbors said, it seemed like each of them had multiple jobs. The fact that they were hardly ever at home during normal hours led people to speculate that they were working various shifts to make ends meet. Maybe it was just about schedule, trying to get by the best they could. Still, I couldn't help but wonder why they all seemed so lost, as if they were running from something. As for me, my life had taken a very different turn. I had left the house and returned to my parents' place with my child. It wasn't ideal, but it was the best I could do. My parents had been a great support system, always there when I needed them, especially when it came to helping me with childcare. Raising a child alone wasn't easy, but having them by my side made things more manageable. They helped with the little things, like watching my child while I worked or offering advice when I needed it. It was a humbling experience, but also one that made me realize how much I had taken for granted before. I had always been independent, but now I was leaning on my family more than ever. Fortunately, I had been able to get a part-time job at a local supermarket. It wasn't much, but it allowed me to earn some money and start rebuilding my life. There was a sense of pride in being able to support myself and my child, even if it meant doing something that felt like a step backward. At least it was something. The goal was always to work my way up, and I was determined to aim for a full-time position as soon as I could. I knew it would take time, but I was ready to work for it. The idea of becoming a permanent employee was motivating. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, that I was capable of creating a stable future. A few months passed, and my life seemed to settle into a routine, though nothing ever felt quite the same. Then something unexpected happened. My ex-husband, who had been living with Margot and the others, disappeared one day. It was as if he had just decided to leave without any warning. He didn't pack up his things, didn't leave any explanation. He simply walked out the door and never returned. At first, I thought it was some sort of temporary absence, that maybe he had gone somewhere for work or just needed some space, but the days passed and there was no sign of him. Soon after, Margot's father-in-law and sister also started to disappear one by one. It seemed like they were all just vanishing. The neighbors kept telling me how strange it was, how the house that had once been full of life was now silent. No one knew where they went or if they were even in the area anymore. It felt like a ghost story, like they had all just disappeared off the face of the earth. There was a strange sort of relief mixed with confusion. Part of me wanted to know what had happened to them, to understand why they had left so suddenly. But another part of me was just glad that they were gone. The chaos, the uncertainty, it was all gone. I didn't know how to process it. What had led to their disappearance? Were they running from something, or had they all just decided they needed to go their separate ways? I could feel a mix of emotions: curiosity, frustration, even a little anger. There were so many unresolved feelings tied up in all of this. I couldn't help but think about the years I spent with my ex-husband, how we had tried to make things work, how I had struggled to hold on to a relationship that had been slowly falling apart for so long. Margot's role in all of this had always been unclear to me. I never fully understood what she meant to my ex-husband or why she had been so involved in our lives. It had always seemed like she was a shadow in the background, always lurking, always there. Even when we tried to live our lives together, she was somehow present in the periphery. I never wanted to admit it, but it felt like there was a part of my ex-husband that had always been drawn to her, as if he was more attached to her than he was to me. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that their disappearing act might have been inevitable. My marriage had been strained for years, and the final straw had always been just out of reach. I think deep down we both knew it wasn't working, but we stayed anyway, because it was easier than facing the truth. But eventually, reality caught up with us. My ex-husband, Margot, and the others had all just vanished, leaving me behind with questions that would likely never be answered. And now here I was, back at my parents' house, raising my child and building a new life. It wasn't what I had expected, but in some ways it was exactly what I needed. It gave me time to reflect, to regroup, and to rediscover who I was without the weight of the past dragging me down. I couldn't keep dwelling on the past, no matter how much I wanted closure. I had to look forward, not back. As time passed, I started to realize something. The disappearance of my ex-husband and the others wasn't something I needed to understand or even solve. It was a part of my past, a chapter that had ended on its own. It didn't define me anymore. It didn't have the power to control my future. I had my child, my family, and a new sense of purpose. I had my job, my goals, and my dreams. I was building a life that was mine, not one that had been shaped by the failures of others. Sure, there were moments when I wondered what happened to my ex-husband and the others. It was natural to be curious, but I realized that the only way to truly move forward was to let go of that curiosity. They had made their choices, and now I had to make mine. My future was in my hands, and that's what mattered most. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. I continued to work hard, to focus on my child, to find joy in the small moments. Every day was a new opportunity to create something better, to build a future filled with hope and promise. My past was behind me, but my future was something I could shape with my own 2 hands. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.